there, it's Patmos, and nice of you to join me for yet episode 16 of our Ostriv game. I'll get time going, and we'll see what we can do this time. I just wanted to get your eyes on this. It's 15 years since the settlement started. We have 551 people, we have 2,000 gold coins, a little over that, so we're basically running an even game, because you start off with 2,000 as well. But we already have a thriving village. So let's get into it. Well, first we need to start working on these farms, of course, because these fields need to be connected to a new farm. And once we do, we can set them up. Let's get a manager in there. Right, let's see. Let's do apply to all. Apply to all. So all farms get that now. And let's see if we can get people in. Yeah, we have a manager. Perfect. Let's start to manage the fields. Now, what should we get? I think we should start working on some sunflower oil. So we need to get some sunflowers. So let's set up sunflowers. To go along with that, it's pretty tough because, well, they use up all the orange fertility. So anything that needs orange is out of the question, which basically just leaves buckwheat. If we check the green and the blue, it's 60-30 and this is 20-60. So if we add this up, 60-20, that's 80%. And 60-30, that's 90%. So there's sufficient room to also add buckwheat to this, and that's precisely what we're going to do. So we're going to grow some buckwheat on this farm, along with the sunflowers, and hopefully that'll do the trick. I want to give them 2 plows, because, well, that can help raise fertility a bit. Let's activate these fields, so next year they will start to work on these fields. Supply for oxen is disabled. No, it's not. There they go. Of course, now we need to find oxen first. Well, this is an 11th month, so soon it'll be good to go. There's 2 oxen. And yeah, none there yet. 2 more oxen, and we can slaughter this guy. Alright, so we have 4 oxen now, so all the oxen can get to this farm if they want to, hopefully before next year, so they can use it. Ooh, we have a family in need of a little bit of support, but that's okay. So that's working out now. Now, we were working last time on all the industries. We were creating our own limestone, creating our own iron, which is very nice. And, well, we have a pretty much self-sustaining village. That's to go that you can't produce your own alcohol yet and stuff like that. So yeah, we are not producing that, of course. But most of the things we are making ourselves, which is actually a good thing, I guess. And well, it's midsummer now, so it's the nice time of year. And I'd say things look rather okay. Alright, we can use these for regular deliveries, of course, because they're not really using them now. That's not what we want. We want them to use those carts. There they go. And, well, perhaps they can also supply for construction. Why not? Alright, let's place speed 3 a little while. So, do we have more oxen to slaughter? Yes, we do. More bulls to slaughter, I have to say. Well, we have buckwheat left. Getting close to harvesting season. We still have a lot of potatoes. We have some wheat left, although we could grow some extra wheat, I guess, at a certain point. Alright, do we have anything we want to buy from these guys? No, we have plenty, so no. Do we have anything we want to sell? Well, I do believe we have a lot of potatoes, so perhaps at some point we can sell some potatoes. Trying to get the sunflower oil so we can sell that. We have clothing in the export stock, but none in the town storage, so this number needs to grow first. And do we have some honey? No. Alright, so yeah, we don't really have anything to sell at the moment, but that's fine. We have plenty of money, etc., and we have everything we need, so why sell some stuff? You don't really need that. We are providing our own salt for all the businesses that use that. Schools are running perfectly fine, so that's working. Perhaps we should get an extra school somewhere in this area, because these kids also need to go to school, I guess. Family moved in here, they want a little bit of money, that's fine. Now they need to chop down a lot of trees in order to fix this area and make sure that the people in this area can do some nice things. What I'm going to do is add some buckwheat, flour, and potatoes to this one. Let's set this up to, I don't know, 2,000, maybe 1,500. I guess that's a better number. 1,500 and 500 flour. And set up an extra market stall to sell that to the people that live here. I think that's better, because then they also have the basic sources of food close by. So let's build a market stall here. Let's set it to only women, of course. Get a worker in. And then we want buckwheat, flour, and potatoes to be in there. To be sold. I think that's good. Alright, we got another messenger, but it's from the same village and we still don't trade with them yet. Right, we have a cart shed, so let's build a few carts. Now, as your city gets bigger, it can be a little bit of a challenge to keep everything in your mind. So, for instance, we've built this probably a while ago, and I just forgot to add the carts to it. Now, what also doesn't help, of course, is that I create this series for YouTube, and I play this game now to record an episode, and then I play another game to record the next episode for another day, and then later on I will probably, in a few days, just get back to this game and record another episode. Of course, if I would get episodes in a big row, so I don't know, maybe get like 10 episodes in a row for this game, then things will be on my mind, of course. But because there's time between recording all these episodes, I forget about things. If you see me forget something, please feel free to just talk to me about that in the comment section, so that I can fix the things I miss. But yeah, that's the thing. And of course, if you just play this game for fun, you probably don't feel any pressure about you having to show different things to yourself, etc. But I guess I sometimes think, well, I have to make this interesting. I have to hurry a bit. I have to play speed 3 to make this interesting. And then sometimes you start to forget stuff. That's basically my problem, but yeah, it has to be fixed. Alright, why are all these people hungry? What happened? Something happened. Let's pause the game. We have chicken eggs. Ah! People went out of the markets. That's it. Alright, so let's get a worker in. And hit the apply to all button. Now they should all get a worker again. So I guess I made a little mistake. And now probably everyone is working in the farms. Yes. So that was what happened. Alright. People are getting back towards their market stalls so people can buy food again. That's the thing with the apply to all button. If you hit it on the wrong moment, things can be... No manager to handle crop rotation. Yeah, well, let's get a manager then. How hard can it be? We should have plenty of educated people. There's a sheep farm doing a nice job. I guess we could slaughter a few rams though, make room for some extra sheep. Alright, it has a manager again, so that's working. So things are working again. I just made a little click mistake. That happens every now and then. Don't panic, just pause for a second, find out what you did wrong and fix it. That's pretty easy. And now only 2 homes need some food, and they will be able to get that at a certain point. There you see. Alright, this is working quite nicely again. We're running around the village, soon going to harvest all their own stuff, which is good. And then everyone should basically have plenty of food, etc. Alright, this part of town is being built. I think we should start looking ahead to where we can expand again. Perhaps we can expand in this area a bit. Use this area maybe for extra farmland. And then use this area for some housing. I'm not sure, but that could be the case. We could also just go to this area, of course. There's a lot of trees here that needs to be chopped down, but when we get this cleared, we have this whole patch of land that we can use, which is very usable. So perhaps that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a few extra homes here. I'll make them rather big, I guess. But let's do it like this. Hit the F1 button. And just make this a lot bigger. Alright. Well, here we go. That's one. Let's add another one. Do this. Hit the F1 button. Really like it that they added the feature that you can just change all this. Alright, that's one more. These are the big houses that should provide us with some useful amounts of food. hopefully. It's sort of like big villas for people that want a big house and a big garden. Alright, that's done. Now let's continue by just making a normal, I don't know how you call that, part of town. 1, 2. Well, let's just do a block of 3 houses then. 1, 2, 3. Alright, where does he come from? Does he have anything we want? Not really. Do we have anything to sell? Well, we could sell some salt, I guess. So let's just sell 2,000 salt. All we have to do is put it in the export stock. We can do that shortly. So that's okay. Anything else we would like to sell? Not really. Right, let's pause the game for a second because we have to add salt to this then. So let's go here, find the salt. We'll put in like 3,000 just to be able to sell that later on. There we go. Alright, perfect. Because we now create our own salt, so why not sell it? That's really interesting. So we are building the part of town right here, and now we have plenty of room to add a granary to this. To make sure that we can provide these people with food. And now I'm going to do it something like this. So let's add a granary. And then I would also like to add some fencing to it. Now it's a bit tough to see where the granary is, so maybe we should do that later. But I also want this to be a complete part of school. So let's go to the education part. Build a school on this side. So that they have a school, they have a granary. Now of course they need these market stalls to be installed. So let's do it like 1, 2, 3, 4 market stalls to be able to get all the food out. Of course they need some wells here, so let's build one on this side, one on this side, and then we'll make a fence around it and 2 gates, etc. that we have this sort of central square. I think that'll be nice. And then of course on this side we will get some housing as well. 1, 2, 3, so we get some sort of square-like part of town. I think I like that. Alright, let's get time rolling again. Of course this will take time to be built, but I think yeah, it'll look fun. It's a good place, and it will get us closer to the open patch here. I think that'll work okay. Now of course our population is only growing very slowly, usually because, well, we only get newborns now. Because every time you build a house now, there's a big chance that 2 people that are already living in some other house, as you can see here, these are all people that already lived in our town, just left their parents' home and joined up together. So from these are 4 houses. Let's see, 5. So it's 8 houses, 5 houses were occupied by people already living here. Only 3 new families came in. We do the same here. You'll see that it's already... yeah, we built 6 new homes and 6 new families started to join up, but no new people came in. Of course, they can have kids and it's all fine. I mean, I don't hear me complaining about it, but you don't attract that many new people later on in the game because things will just... all these kids will grow up and find a new place to live. Interesting, but it happens. Alright, did these people get good harvests? It does look like it. Yeah, apparently. Did we buy up some honey, etc.? Oh yeah, we did. 600 in store now, 500 cucumbers, 600 cabbages, although they're all still buying and selling it. That's interesting. Perhaps we should add some honey to this. I have to check though. We can have 25,000 things in store here, which is kind of cool. So let's add some honey to this. Let's see if they can buy honey. I already passed the honey. Let's buy from local markets. Let's buy 1,000. Let's see if they can get that and we can sell that at a certain point. That will be interesting. Right, we have cucumbers in here, so as soon as the guy from the boat comes, we can hopefully sell those cucumbers. I think this is also a part of town where we need to expand. But, well, this is a good first start. Right, I feel like I have to sneeze soon, so I'll turn the audio off in a second to start sneezing. Alright, that was that. Building another house. A lot of people building, so that's going pretty fast. And of course it's speed 3, that helps a lot. We need at least one functioning tavern. Well, we should have a functioning tavern. And there's a family living there, and we should have... Ah, we really need to buy some meat and stuff. Now, since we have plenty of money, why not just buy like 3,000 to make sure that we get what we need? They only have meat. Oh, we need iron ore as well to produce our own iron. Let's do 4,000 of that. That's a deal. Anything we can sell? Well, we do have all of these in store, but we are selling them ourselves. We have some broadcloth. We have no warm clothing, but we should be able to produce that soon. Yeah, not much that we really can sell to them. So that's it, but at least we get the alcohol back, so new families can come in. That's also a big help. And this farm will start working next year. It's November already. So I guess we should start working on the industry for that. And to be able to do something with that, we need a oil workshop. Create oil from sunflower seeds. And I think we can just place it right here. Why not? Seems like a good spot for that, close to the fields. Let's get an oil workshop. Now I think I want to move that up the line a bit. That should do the trick. Alright, they have charcoal pits here, that's working. We have a lot of charcoal, that's nice. A lot of children being born, that's very cool. Alright, we got quicklime, but we also produce lime. Oh wow, we produce a lot of quicklime, that's very good. Here comes the boat with all our alcohol. Perfect. They're immediately taking it away, so that works as well. How are we doing here with the production of clothing? Well, we are creating textile. Slaughterhouse is having sheep hides and cow hides, so that's fine. Let me check. Cow hides, hennep flax. I think we should add sheep hides to this, but it's almost full, so that's not going to work. So we put the sheep hide in here, I guess. How much? Well, 2,500, so everything will be full. I think that should be fine. Firewood, yeah, that's fine. Alright, we have the tannery. Gathering raw materials, they're getting the water, which they should be able to get here in big quantities, so that shouldn't be an issue. I'll put this one also up for production, so that they can use that one. Right, they're tanning right here, that's working. And where's the other industries? This is the smithy, right here. Detailer, well, it's creating clothes, so that works. Broadcloth and textile. To produce regular clothing worn throughout a year, you will only need hennep or linen textile. Well, we have that. For production of warm winter clothing, the raw materials are broadcloth and tanned sheepskin. Well, they are trying to get some tanned sheepskin, so that works. I guess. They're doing the sheepskin right here. And they're making it, so we should be able to get it. Alright, the messenger from Derkachi. Let's sell some charcoal. That's always good. Can we sell some honey? No. Raspberries, clothing, chicken eggs? Not really. Buckwheat? We have some, but we're keeping that. We can sell shoes, though. Let's sell 1,000 shoes that we have in export stock. Well, that will fill up our gold treasury again with everything we need, so that works. Very nice. Shoemaker. Not enough leather to start production, but they will get leather anyway at some point. So, I'm not too worried about that. That'll all work. We do have some clothes, 80. We just don't have warm clothes yet. But we need sheepskin for that to be tanned. And they're working on it. Yeah, until May, and then we get a good batch of sheepskin that they can use to make warm clothing with. So that'll all work out. In the end, it just takes some time. Interestingly enough. Alright, I like it. Can we set this? Yeah, laborer by cart and a carter. I think that's good. And do the same with this one, because they'll be supplied faster and with a lot more stuff. Right. As soon as these 500 sheepskins are done, they can easily bring the 500 to there and not just carry 10 around all the time. So that will be faster. How are we doing here? Well, they're removing the trees to build these homes, so that works. That means that this area should be done. Yes, it's completely filled with all the homes that we need. I think we need to check the water supply here. Alright, oh, they have water here. But this part doesn't have its own well, it appears. So perhaps we should create that then. Give these people their own well. To make sure that they have all the water that they need. Perhaps place one here as well. Yeah, that should do the trick. That should give them all the water that they need. They can get the food that they need. So that's working. And I'm going to move the oiler up right there. It's already halfway through winter. So not too long from now we will be able to see some sunflower oil seeds growing. Alright, let's slaughter the bulls that we can. Perhaps even older cows, so that to make room for new ones. Alright, let's slaughter that one. I do believe that the messenger from Darkachi again. Well, let's sell some extra charcoal then, that's fine. Don't really need to sell anything else. We have good amounts of money, that works. It's interesting to think about how much we are getting from all these animals. I think they provide us with a decent amount of stuff that we really need. Let's get rid of a few rams. I'd say all these animals provide with quite a bit of food. Another child has been born. Alright, we have 570 people, 71 people living now, but most of them are newborn kids. I mean, even these people just moved in. Already living in town, so that's good. I'm curious though, because we gave some of these people, these for instance, a bigger garden than they had, and I don't really see great amounts of harvests coming in. Maybe that's just my view, I'm looking at it wrong, but is there a way to calculate how much a bigger house will yield in crops than a smaller house, or do they all just bring in the same, or I don't know. Does anybody know that? Please leave a comment about it, because I want to know. Perhaps it's very beneficial to just get one house and give it a huge garden and they provide with a lot of food. Or maybe it doesn't matter how big the garden is, you just get a certain amount of food. I don't know how that works. Ooh, we got the oil workshop. Let's get people in. And as soon as the first harvest comes in, we start to produce sunflower oil. Right, there's still 2 people working in the fisheries in wintertime, which is, well, pretty much pointless. But let's get them all out. A messenger from Mirefa. Well, let's see. Ooh, oh, that was their Kachi. There's Mirefa. Let's see, anything we can sell or buy? Well, we should buy a few warm clothing then, just to provide our town with enough until we start to really produce our own. Alright, well, this should be it. Can we sell some salt again? Yes, let's sell some salt. Oh well, that worked perfectly. That's fine. And here comes spring again. You already see trees being green. Some of the snow's moving away. And at the end of the day, spring will come next year. 16 years in the settlement now. And everything is working. Alright. The tavern is also working again, so that's good. Just have no housing available. Oh, that's all fine. We can work with that. Do we still have plenty of space in the graveyard? Yes, we do. So that's also nothing to be worried about, although I would like to add a few graves, I guess, on this side of the hedgerow. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Well, let's add some bushes to it. So, plenty of room again. Very nice. Too bad it's close to the industry, but they'll have to deal with that on their own. I don't really mind. Here we go. So they're still building homes, but because they need to remove all the trees, that's going to take some time. So building is slowing down a bit. But perhaps in a few episodes, once this whole area is done, we get to this open spot and building should go pretty quickly. And we could also just tell these guys to destroy all their resources so they can start to chop again. We destroy all resources stored in this building except reserves. So if we just destroy this, they'll have their hands free to chop down a lot of trees and create all that stuff, and we won't really miss it. So let's really destroy it, because this will help get all these trees down. Since we have plenty, that's not an issue. It will just speed up our constructions. So this could work. Don't do it too often, but yeah, it can work. What are these bringing? Ah, our iron ore. A messenger from Panut arrived. Well, let's get another 2,000 to make sure that we have everything in store. Nothing else to be sold, so this is good. A child was born. Oh, a lot of children keep being born. Right, they already plowed these. They're now sowing the land. We just need a lot of people available. Well, they're sowing rather quickly here, so that works. So soon these should be able to hire a lot of people as well. Yeah, this is almost done. So the sowing is going pretty fast because it's begin April and most farms are already just growing. So that works. And of course it's quite a walk to get to this farm, but it's fine. Here we go. Now I do think that we use a lot of hay. And we need to produce some extra to fill all the hay stacks all the time. Because I'm a little bit worried about all the hay. And I don't want to end up in a winter without hay and food, etc. So I think we should do something about it. Now we can get an extra big hay stack, so let's build one right here. Get a few hay dryers here, because there's room for it. And then they can fill that up and produce some extra hay. But yeah, a few hay dryers here and there wouldn't hurt, I think. So let's set them up. They need to remove a few trees for it, but that's fine. We can do that rather quickly. Ooh, a lot of messengers. Yeah, that one we already had, so that's fine. A messenger from Balaklia. Yeah, he's not gone, so... Alright, some honey, but we don't have any honey. Horse stack, metal parts. Can we sell metal parts? We have plenty. Right, so let's sell some metal parts. I'll pause the game because we have to add them to the export stock, but we can do that. Leather, not really. Clothing. Well, we have 1,000 in export stock and a few in town storage, but I want a bit more before we do that. You have plenty of potatoes, but not really interested in selling those, so we'll keep it like this. Do we have to buy some iron or do we produce enough? We produce enough, so that's okay. So all we need to do now is add 500 metal parts to this, and that'll do the trick. Alright, here we go again. Time is running. We have plenty of buckwheat, plenty of potatoes. We have no honey, no cabbage, but that's all fine. We have a few of the other stuff, so yeah. We get around. We provide for our people. That's the most important thing we need to do. Do still love all the graphics from the houses, etc. It just looks so cool. These people do live in a forested area, so that's nice. They have a lot of trees around their homes. Alright, well, these big houses with farms are being built as well, so that looks cool. Good families are in there. This is a whole new family came into town, so that's nice. Let's just hope we get a good harvest from it. Perhaps we should start working in this as well. So let's hire men or women and add this to buckwheat, firewood, just the basic stuff, flour and potatoes. We'll have to get it from pretty far because we don't have the granary here yet. But at least these people don't have to walk that far to get some food. They can just get it here. Just the basic food, so that could work very well. Well, we've already spent quite some time on this fun game again. It's been over half an hour, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you have any comments or things you want to say, leave them in the comment section. I'll respond to it. And then I hope to see you in another video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.